So that's the bottom line. After nearly 2 years of investigation, thousands of subpoenas, hundreds of warrants, and witness interviews, the special counsel confirmed that the Russian government sponsored efforts to illegally interfere with the 2016 presidential election, but did not find that the Trump campaign or other Americans colluded in those efforts.
U.S. Attorney General William Barr held a press conference this morning as he released a redacted version of the Mueller report.
And Cronkite News reporter Imani Stevens joins us now. And Imani, what's been the reaction to this?
Yes, the 400-page report detailing the investigation was sent to Congress as well as posted online. Members of the Arizona delegation weighed in on Twitter and released statements. The responses of the long-awaited Mueller report were split down the middle. Representative Andy Biggs took to Twitter to respond to the report.
Mr. Barr absolutely stated very clearly that there was no Russian collusion. That was the basis for this whole investigation. Additionally, that they found that the president actually, in spite of his public displeasure with the ongoing Russian investigation and how he felt it was hampering his presidency, they provided literally hundreds of thousands, if not a million documents. There were many witnesses that testified. He instructed his White House to cooperate fully, and so there was no basis for an obstruction of justice charge either. And the reality is that should be the end of it.
Representative Debbie Lesko shared a similar response. Quote, "The report confirms that there was no collusion or obstruction by President Trump or members of his campaign," and ending with that it is, quote, "time to move on." On the other side of the aisle, Democratic Representative Tom O'Halloran said in a statement that Congress needs to proceed in a serious manner with a thorough bipartisan review to get a full understanding. Representative Rahul Grijalva said in a statement that President Trump has, quote, "mastered the art of deception," and that releasing the unredacted Mueller report will allow Congress to hold the president accountable. But what's next? An expert in congressional investigations weighed in.
It's really up to Congress to decide whether or not it's going to fully investigate both prongs of the Mueller report. First, the extent of Russian interference with our 2016, the prospect of future interference, and what has or hasn't been done to harden our defenses against that sort of behavior. You know, the extraordinary thing about this report is that it's really clear that this is a vulnerability that our nation has, and it's a vulnerability that is not being taken seriously.
Now, Imani, it sounds like there's already some concern from Congress.
Yes, the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee says he'll be issuing a subpoena for the full special counsel report and the underlying materials. And he's asked Robert Mueller himself to testify before the panel by May 23rd.